Good rising and great awakening and good flowing, abundant flowing. Welcome to the KemeTones self-care webinar series. Get back to the first slide. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful, relaxing waterfall music from Relaxing Music with Nature Sounds Waterfall on YouTube. And I'll be posting the link later, sharing it with the community. But yes, tonight we are dealing with Open Your Money Flow with Self-Care. And it is the fall equinox. We are still in Jehuti portal opening, Mercury retrograde for a few more days. And we had that amazing eclipse last week. I don't know about you, but so much has opened up for me in these past few days. Well, the time leading up to the eclipse as well, everything was building up. And I'm really grateful. I'm really enjoying it. And I hope things are going well for you too. And I'd love to hear about some of your experiences. And I see that some people have joined. So that's wonderful. Great to see you here again. Looks like you're on the phone, so I'm hoping that you can hear me all right, and that you will be able to catch the slide presentation later on. So tonight we're going to be dealing with Open Your Money Flow. We also have the class that is starting tomorrow, the Open Your Money Flow 40-day intensive. But for the next several weeks in this self-care webinar series, we're going to be dealing with some of the aspects of opening your flow. And the sun has moved into sidereal Virgo, which is the sign of Aspholia. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's just get down with the intro. So KemeTones, Cosmic Sound Healing, uses acutonic tuning forks that are tuned to different planets. Systems similar to acupuncture, only use sound instead of needles. And each one of these tuning forks that's tuned to a planet is also tuned to a different netter or orisha or different archetypes, different indigenous ancestor. And so that is what makes KemeTones, Cosmic Sound Healing, unique from all the other acutonic systems and practitioners out there today. Horoscopes is a 13-month sidereal astrology system based on Kemetic culture. It deals with the actual motion of the sun and the planets through the stars, through the constellations, whereas the system that you're familiar with is man-made and it's based on the Earth's orbit around the sun, but it's not based on the sun moving through the stars. And that's not saying there's anything wrong with having a system that's based on the Earth moving around the sun. That's how you move about the Earth. However, if you're dealing with destiny and purpose and predictions or prophecy, then that takes you up to the stars, and you're not going to get that from just going around the sun. My name is Tachia Ahmet El Ma'at. I'm originally from Chicago. I spent many years living in Austin, Texas, where I started playing music. I studied astronomy there, and then my music has carried me to California, where I'm living, and this is where I had the seclusion, I suppose, to develop KemeTones and horoscopes. And now I'm ready to get back out into the world. And I'm going to be in Chicago this weekend and Jamaica in January. I'll be there for 2 months. So hopefully we'll be able to connect somewhere along the way. I travel quite a bit, so just stay in tune, stay in touch, and we may get together again soon. Okay, here we are with the horoscopes. As I was saying, the sun is now in Aspholia. Last week it was just right here on the cusp, but now it's in Aspholia. Ra is in Aspholia, and that's the Virgo. But in horoscopes, Aspholia represents the seed. This represents the time in our lives where we're planting our seeds of intention in our garden of life. So we're getting our intentions together, and we're actually going to speak our future into manifestation. We're going to speak our vision into reality. We can bring the invisible to the visible, the impossible to the possible, by really focusing during these next 40 or so days. The Sidereal Virgo lasts 45 days. It's the longest month of the sidereal calendar year. Now, we also here have Venus or Heteru in Aspolia and Amun or Jupiter in Aspolia. Amun is the witnessing consciousness. It's the presence that's there when there's no one or nothing around, that you feel like someone's watching you. That's Amun consciousness. It's always been here. It will be here long after everything on this earth is gone. It's what everything comes from. It's the consciousness that represents the nothing that everything comes from. And one of the lines from the prayer, it says, Amun, your words are within my mouth, and your skin is before my eyes. Your transformations are within my mouth. So that's the Amun. So that's the Jupiter energy we're dealing with. And Jehuti is still Mercury, still retrograde. So it's still back here in Sekhmet. So we're still working with that energy that we've been working with for a few months now. And then over here, the moon is no longer full, so we're back to the Shasheta energy, who's the goddess of building, architecture, mathematics, astrology, astronomy, the sciences, library, books, spells, keeping track of fortunes, gains, filing, bookkeeping, and accounting. And she also deals with our personality. So the way I look at it is she's helping us build a strong character, a strong personality. And then the other planets haven't moved, so I'm not going to go over them again. We have, well, I'll mention again, Haru is in Pisces. That's Uranus is still in Pisces. Chiron is still in Pisces. Neptune or Nebet Het is in Ku, Aquarius. Pluto or Asar is in Sagittarius, which is like exalted, which is like the highest vibration for Pluto and Asar. And then Mars or Set and Saturn, Refan, are still in the sign of Imhotep, or Afiak, the sign of the healer. But we're just going to be focusing again on these planets down here close to the sun and the moon, because those are the ones that change the most. So I think I already said what I see for this period while the sun is in the sign is that this is a time for us to plant seeds for our bright future that's filled with the divine light of wisdom and using our creative powers to make the world beautiful with our divine illumination. You know, that's one thing I learned this week. I had a really strong message, or maybe it was last week. It was when I was working in the medicine wheel about my low self-esteem. I was determined to do something about that block that I had. And, you know, I'm in the Western system, I'm a Leo, but in the horoscopes, I'm Kepra, which is transformation and water. And, where was I going with this? Oh, so I was thinking about how the source or the divine or Ra are, you know, the all affluent light, a star is hot fire, and it's difficult to get close to a ball of fire. It's like you don't want to get too close to a ball of fire. You'll be purified, you know, in the flames, but maybe that's not what you want. So I started thinking about the word esteem and the word steam, and how the way I connect to the divine is through the water. I mean, when I light candles, I really feel the presence, but out in nature, you can light a fire, but just to be near the water is the way I really feel the divine. And so then I started thinking about, you know, something that will be emanating from something that's really hot, but that's watery. And then I thought of us in the Kemetic tradition. A human being is a light being, a light that is trapped in a watery encasement. We have these physical bodies, but it's really water. Our bodies are mostly water. So I started thinking about that, and started thinking about what would emanate from a star that's encased in water, and that would be steam. Steam. And so then I was like, well, if steam is coming off of my higher self, and I'm in the presence of the steam, you know, which is the most high steam from the most high, then how can I have low self-esteem if I'm in the presence of the divine? It's not about what I think about myself. It's about my connection to the divine. And all the works I'm doing, all the works I'm expressing, even all the feelings and emotions, they don't come from me. They come from the Most High. They come from the divine. And there's really no way or reason for me to have low opinion of my higher self. So if I have low self-esteem, that means I'm completely disconnected from the divine, and all I have to do is reconnect to the esteem, to the high self-esteem of the Most High Divine that's trapped in a watery encasement just like we are. Even if it's the sun, there's still water in the atmosphere. So that's my little saying on that. I've just really been feeling the fire water theme. But that's because that's who I am, a Leo and a Cancer. Oh, and here I even said it. All I want to do is sit by the water or water my garden and listen to the sprinkler. However, for the divine and for certain situations, I'm willing to bring out my fire. And that's kind of where I am after all the studying with Sekhmet and Het Haru, and my fears and my doubts and my low self-esteem. And you know, that's kind of where I am. My inner throne is in the water. I am seated on my inner throne, and I shall not be moved. You know, I'm not going to, well, my goal is not let my emotions rule me, but for me to rule my water, my emotions. So that's kind of some of the healing work that I'm going to be working on today. I hope that resonates with you. If you have any questions or comments, those of you on the call tonight live, or those of you listening to the replay, you can just enter it in the chat room, or make an appointment with the scheduler, the CVTA scheduler, for energy session. You can find me on social media, Facebook. My email address is cosmic@tachia.com. So yeah, so just if any of this resonates with you, just let me know. Okay, so now it's time to invoke the ancestors. And for those of you on the call, you can't see, I have this lovely animated waterfall slide, and it's just really beautiful to look at. I will open up the camera. I don't think the waterfall works when you have the camera. Huh. Yes, it does. Cool. All right. I'll bring the camera out. What is that? Oh, cell phone. Yeah, so for those of you that are going to be joining the Open Your Money Flow program, this is one of the chants that we will be using for Anpu. Anpu opens up the way. Anpu, well, I'll talk about who Anpu is in a little while. I'm just going to sing the song. And the lyrics for the song are taken right from the teachings from the Pert and Maru. It's the prayer to invoke Anpu. And one day I just, you know how it is with me, one day I just heard a melody, and it's a beautiful song. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Move obstacles to my success. In my field of practice. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Lead souls through the narrow pathway. No restriction between you and me. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Oh, Anpu, open the way. Nothing between heaven and hell. There's blackest night, golden as a day. If we find a vine, I despise pain. Oh, Anpu, open the way. On through open ways may I make my thoughts burn, so that I can stand upon them. On through open ways, on through open ways, I've washed myself in water, where I go wash himself, where he was an officer. I've been bomber and bandager. On through open ways. On through open ways, my lips are the lips of unto. 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 Yes, duo Anpu. Anpu doesn't get a lot of mentions. He did have an unusual beginning. Ooh. And he doesn't get talked about very much. That's why I was really thrilled to be able to honor him with this song. I sing this song on any time when I'm trying to remove a block. That's simple, and it works. Just chant the song, and it helps open the way, just like the word saying. This is a very old prayer, and it will not fail. It will not fail. Do it on, please. Then the next chant for tonight, dealing with the fire, that's what I am. I'm fire and water, fiery water. The song that I've been singing for the past several days or several weeks. I'm going to sing it again. We're still dealing with some Sekhmet energy with Jehuti. So we want to honor that connection that Jehuti had his teacher. So it's always good to honor your teachers. That's not like a hint or anything. But okay. Actually, I'm just going to play this simple. So this is a song or a chant to honor the different aspects of the goddess of beauty, the goddess of healing, and the goddess, and together they're the goddess of the life force energy. Dua heteru, dua segment, dua heteru. Dua heteru, dua segment, dua heteru, dua heteru, dua segment, dua heteru, dua heteru, dua segment. Dua heteru, dua heteru, dua heteru. We got to turn on the flame. Get that flame going there. There we go. Yes. So as I was saying, there's water in the fire, and there's probably fire in the water. Like a decade ago, maybe. Oh no, it wasn't that long ago. It was around 2012. I was really into the Mayan calendar, and I had this realization that fire or starlight, when it gets closer to the earth, like I talked about earlier, it gets encased in water like we are. And then by the time it gets to earth, it's just water. Have you ever noticed, like, you get into a trance and you see water reflecting the sunlight? I could just look at it for hours. And that's when I realized there's this really powerful connection between fire and water. And that's why this chant for Heteru and Sekhmet is so meaningful for me. Plus, I'm a Leo in the Western system and Cancer and the horoscopes. So this is all just more confirmation for me. And then also about the elements of fire and water. Like even the goddess Tefnut. Tefnut is the goddess of water. She's represented as a lioness, and her attribute is the goddess of the flame. So even the goddess of moisture and the goddess of water has fire. So I don't know where that's going to take me with that. I know Siva Ma has talked about it, and I think they had some scientific research talking about there's water on the sun. So I just think that there's something to that. And then what's the final song I have for us here? Oh, I know what it was. Yes, this song. Oh my gosh, I love this song so much. This song I wrote when I was investigating the flow. You know, I'm into the goddess in all forms, all cultures. And I was like, well, who's the goddess of flow? I mean, there's got to be a goddess of the flow. I know Oshun's goddess of the river, Tefnut's the goddess of moisture, Yemaya, the goddess of the ocean. There's Olokun, Olumare, Olodun, you know, all these different aspects of water. But I wanted to know who is the goddess of the flow. So I did what I normally do when I'm writing a song in Materian or the Medu Netter, is I just go to the, what's it called? The Medu Netter, no. I can't remember the name of it. I just looked up Egyptian dictionary online. And it's the one that Wallace Budge came up with, the hieroglyphics, where it has the hieroglyphics on one side and the English on the other side. So I just go to those sites. I go to that site. I'll post the link. I should be making notes of all these things. I said I would post the link of. I said the YouTube video and the link to the Egyptian Kemetic dictionary. Okay, let me write this down really quick before I forget. YouTube waterfall music. And see, I already forgot. Oh, the dictionary. The Natarian dictionary. Yeah, so many things going through my mind. I used to think it was because I'm getting older, but I've always been like this. I had to write everything down. So it's not because I'm getting older, because I'm getting better. Okay. Yeah, so you just choose a word, like I chose flow. And it'll show you all the places where there's a glyph for flow. That's what I need to do next is get the actual glyph for flow and add it to the song. So I just looked up all the meanings for flow, and another song came through. And the main verse or the chorus of the song, Hetep Di Seneta Iri Metuwaj, is another prayer from the prayer book for Chatal Neter Temple of Aset. And that means, this is the prayer that you say, you know, when you're having a meal, you know, grace, before you bless your food, or I guess anything dealing with health and flow. Hetep Di Seneta Iri Metuwaj, and I have the image here of the waterfall again, and it's flowing, means peace offering is made to propitiate that God will make the vascular system flourish. This is an indication of health. So this is something that you could be saying like all day, every day. But this is the song I have when I'm working with my flow. I start with the Antu song, and then I have this song. Remember not to play the system too loud because it sounds kind of strange on the recording. Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj, Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj, Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj. Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj, Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj, Atepti, Seneta Iri Metuwaj. Agbi Fire, Abim Atu, MRT Nebetar, Agbi Pair, Agim Atu, MRT Dua Nebetar, Netira, Netesa, Netira, Habitan. Netira, Netesa, Netira, Habitan. Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat, Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat, Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat. Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat, Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat, Hatepti, Senet Iri Metuat. Yes, the goddess name is Nebet-Ar, the goddess of the flow, the goddess of the flowing river. So that's her little chant, and I really like it. And all three of those songs, yes. No, two of those songs are available on my first Kemetic devotional CD, Blue Lotus Speaks. Just can't seem to get away from the water. Okay. Back to the presentation. What is that? Why is that there? There we go. No, I don't want that there. Okay, sorry for all these loud clicks. Okay, so back to the video slide share presentation. Oh, there's the waterfall again. Okay, so now we're going to spend some time talking about the practices in the Secret to Money Flow ebook. Now, hopefully by now, most of you that are live on this call or listening to the replay have had a chance to download the Money Flow ebook. But in case you haven't, just go to chia.com/openmoneyflow, and there'll be a link there for you to download the book. And if you've already had a energy wealth analysis reading, hopefully this will remind you of some things or give you some new ideas. So now let's flip over to the book. Oops, not that. There you go. And make sure the screen is being shared properly. Yep. Put my glasses back on. Okay, so this book, I can't believe it's actually a book that I wrote. People say, have you written any books? I'm like, no, but I guess I have written a book. It's not really a book, it's an ebook, but I guess that's still a book. Yeah, so I was taking a class, and I was interviewing some of my clients and students to find out what service could I provide for them. And everyone that I interviewed had experienced some sort of trauma when they were young, and that led me to the realization that that's also where our money is. Our money flow is stored, the root chakra. Our finances, our security, our abundance, stability is stored in the same chakra as trauma, the root chakra. So we don't need to go over this. It's just telling my story about giving gratitude. You'll have a chance to read the introduction of my story. Let's just get right down to the steps. So here's a diagram of the chakras showing the root chakra, which is the red chakra, down at the bottom. And, we're connected to the earth through our root chakra. That's why it's called root chakra. We have a root, a stream of light, a stream of life even, that connects us to the earth. So the first thing we have to do to open our money block, to open any blocks, to get the flow going, is to eliminate these toxic negative energies that are stored in the root chakra. And there's lots of techniques for that. In the Open Your Money Flow program, we'll be covering a lot of those techniques, but in the ebook, we have 2 in particular that we'll be dealing with. So here's a lovely diagram of the root chakra. So the first one is the sound or the mantra of the root chakra. And there's a link here where you can go and listen to the chant that has me chanting. The sound is La. La. And you just repeat it like that. You try to get as low and as deep as you possibly can. And by chanting this mantra, you will eliminate toxic negative energies that are blocking your chakra, or maybe they've like shattered it. When I first started doing this work, when I would look at my root chakra, it was just splattered, shattered, just shards and shreds of the root chakra all over the place. And each day I worked to bring it back into wholeness. So that's the first step. So there's some exercises here for you to try with the LAM sound. And then I have a root chakra guided meditation. It's a 5-minute meditation that you can do daily. I was just going back up to the part about the LAM. I think I talked about all that. Yeah, so it's a 5-minute root chakra meditation. You will be using the LAM mantra in the meditation, the guided meditation. And the idea is to just attempt to do this every day until you know it by heart, and then you can just do it without listening to the MP3 file. And if you do it with consistency, maybe you can't do it every day, but you do it once a week or every other day or whenever you can. Each time you do it, you'll build up the energy in your root chakra. You will heal your root chakra a little bit more and more and more every time until it's healed and it's solid. Well, not solid, nothing is solid, but it's all together. And you'll see the crystal, you'll hear it, you'll see it spinning, you see it light up, and then there's some other things that you're going to do with the energy that you've generated by healing your root chakra. And so, like I said, when we eliminate the block in our root chakra, we can open up our money flow. Okay, so that's the second step outlined in the Secret to Money Flow ebook. The third step is a step for forgiveness with the Ho'oponopono. This is one of my favorite ways to clear energy. It's an ancient indigenous Hawaiian practice of forgiveness and release. I have a few links here in the ebook, but if you start looking around for other information, be sure that it's from a native Hawaiian. There's lots of, it's become really popular right now, and there's lots of people that have taken the teachings and given a different spin. So the best thing is to stay as close to the source as possible. Stay as close to the root as you possibly can. And I think that applies in all cases and in every case. Stay as close to the source as you possibly can. If it's something good. I mean, don't stay close to the source of negativity. But anyway, I'm just going off. So there's 4 steps to the Ho'oponopono. And you do this practice between yourself and the person that's causing you to feel a certain way, or a person that you have conflict with, or a person you're not speaking to, or whatever. And a person that you're still holding on to negative energy or feeling. So there's 4 statements, and you do the process once from you to the other person, and then once from the other person to you. It could be an institution, it could be a building, it could be a car that hit you, it could be a computer. Like the other day I did one for me and my website, because I've been having trouble with my website since 1999 when it first started. And it really helped me see things differently. So anything that's giving you conflict, anything that was created and is going to end at some point, basically has a life, has an energy, even if it's inanimate, it still has a vibration. So you just do these 4 steps. The first step is, I apologize. Now, if you look at this somewhere else, they'll say, I'm sorry, but I don't like to say I'm sorry because I am a reflection of the divine and there's nothing sorry about me. I don't even make apologies for being myself or speaking my truth anymore. No, I do not say I'm sorry. So I say, first step is, I apologize. The second step is, please forgive me. The third step is, thank you. Excuse me. Oh, get more oxygen. And the fourth step is, I love you. And if you want to, I'm here to support you. If you want to practice it here on the call, or even if you've already had an energy wealth analysis, you could have another one and we could go through some of these exercises again. Ideally, you are going to sign up for the Open Your Money Flow program. I'm taking payment plans. I'm willing to work out whatever offer you need so that you can, if you want to be on the program, so that you can take the program. Discounts, layaway payment plans. I just cannot give it away because of the spiritual energetic exchange. I have to ask for a financial exchange. But at this point, there's a few spots left, and I would love to see you, anyone who's on this call or anyone who's watching the replay. You can sign up by midnight my time tonight, because at sunrise is when you officially start, when you wake up. So if you catch me before I go to sleep tonight, you can still sign up. So we'll go over the sign-up process later. I didn't mean to get off track. And then the fourth step is to feng shui your space. And here we have a lovely Bagua diagram. And as I always say, anything that's coming from China that's ancient actually came from black people, came from Africa, because the first Chinese dynasties, the first Japanese dynasties, the first Asian, Asiatic, Polynesian, Hawaiian, Fiji, Balian, Philippine, the first dynasties were black. Now there's some people that say black is not a nation. I'm like, that's because black, we've been called black since before there was any nations at all. And I don't limit myself or my identity to nationhood any longer. And I proudly state I'm a black, native, black, indigenous woman. Even that is a double, what do you call it, double, whatever word you say when you say something twice. Because to me, black is indigenous. Indigenous people have black ancestors, and a lot of them just don't know. So anyway, anytime we're dealing with these Chinese practices or Hawaiian or Japanese or any place you can name, basically, we're dealing with, if it's ancient, we're dealing with African black culture. The stuff they're putting out now is like whitewashed black culture or altered new age stuff, where they take our stuff and then give it a new name and don't say where it came from. No, I don't claim that as black, because if it was black, they would claim that it's black, and they would claim where their ancestors came from. So that's just my little 300 cents. So anyway, here is the Bagua chart. It's the 8-sided shape, the octagon, like a stop sign. And for the purpose of this program, we're just focusing on this corner to the upper left, the abundance, prosperity, and wealth corner. And this is the corner. You're going to take this diagram and make it an overlay over your house, your living space, your office, your room, your desk, your computer, your website. Yeah, that's what my guidance has been about lately, is I got to feng shui my website. Make it a sacred space. So I never really thought about feng shuiing my website. So I'm making another note. Okay. So you're going to take this diagram and lay it over the diagram of your space, and you're going to identify the wealth corner in every room and the wealth corner of your home, the wealth corner of your desk, the wealth corner of your refrigerator, the wealth corner of your closet door, the wealth corner of anything that you look at every day. You want to identify the wealth corner and focus on that energy. Because this is the way the energy flows through every space. Our ancestors came up with it. They didn't just make it up. There's a reason for this diagram. And so when energy enters into the room, down at the bottom, either at career, knowledge, or helpful people, it flows in that direction. It goes around. So in your wealth corner, you're going to put something purple. You're going to put a fountain. You're going to put amethyst. You can put a bank. You can put your loose coin jar there. Anything that symbolizes wealth. You can put a mirror there, a beautiful purple painting. That is up to you. A purple candle on your altar. You should, and I don't mean to say should, but you want your altar to represent the 4 elements of fire, air, water, and earth. So that's candle, incense, a vessel of water, and a plant, flowers, or live fruit or vegetable. So that's what you want to do with the wealth corner, and you want to just really focus on, like the chants that we did earlier, or the chants I sang earlier. You know, whenever you pass by that corner, you can sing one of the chants. It's really just about shifting your mindset. So those are the 4 steps that are outlined in the Secret to Money Flow ebook. And here's a diagram showing, here's a layout of a house. And in this diagram, it's interesting, you can see that some of the corners are missing. Like the wealth corner is missing, and the relationship corner is missing. So these people, they need to fix their house. That means they'd have to put something purple here along the corner that's missing, like an altar there. And then over in the relationships corner, they'd have to put a fix there. So that's how it works, and it really works. I remember one time I was talking to my mother-in-law about this. May she be resting in peace and organization and love from all of her grandchildren and family members that miss her, Rosa Vela. I was talking to her one day. They lived in Laredo. Fascinating family with heritage from Morocco. Hebrews from Morocco, went to Spain, the Moors, then came to Mexico as migrant workers, and then to Texas. Fascinating. She was like, oh, well, that explains why every now and then I just have to, like, rearrange all the furniture in the house. She was like, she never knew why she did that, but every now and then she would just change everything. And that is a very good practice. And it's giving me some ideas right now. When you really need to make a shift, rearrange your furniture. Rearrange everything. Give it a good cleaning. And see how the energy feels with that dresser on the other side of the room. And see how it feels when you move your bed out of your wealth corner. Stuff like that. Okay. So that is the teaching section for tonight. I hope that you take some time to go over this ebook again, or download it if you have not already done so. Close all tabs. All right, let's return to our presentation. Here we go. And again, if there's any questions, just post them or ask them. Pretty easy to get a hold of. Okay, so there is the Secret to Money Flow book. The simple little known tweaks that clear the way for money, abundance, and success. All right, so now we're going to transition over to the sound healing session. And oops, that's just what I didn't want to happen. Making a mess. And once again, I never plugged in my computer. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are the archetypes and tuning forks that we'll be working with for this evening's program on removing obstacles to our success in our spiritual practice and in our lives. And of course, that should bring to mind Anpu, because that's the first line from his prayer and also from the song. So on the right-hand side, which is the masculine side, I wasn't even thinking about this when I did it, we have the image of Anpu. Anpu is the son of Asar, the first son of Asar. Unfortunately, Asar got drunk one night for some crazy reason, and Nebuchadnezzar, who is the sister of Aset, who was always in love with Asar, she tricked him, and they made love. And then, of course, she got pregnant. And Anpu is the result of that joyful experience. Now, Anpu represents the discriminative force, the discriminative cosmic force in our life, the cosmic force of discernment, and not negative discrimination, but knowing what's good for you and what's not good for you. Like, I'm discriminating when it comes to rice. I don't like to eat white rice anymore. I use my discernment and I ask if it's brown rice. So yes, I discriminate against white. In fact, I discriminate against most white foods. The only white foods I still eat is popcorn and ice cream, I guess, or nut milk. So Anpu represents discernment and the ability to know the difference between the real and unreal. And Nebuchadnezzar here on the left, who's the twin sister of Aset, and her headrest is the inverted headrest of Aset. Aset's headrest represents the throne. Aset represents the inner divine, the intuition, our spirituality. And Nebuchadnezzar represents us, a spiritual being in the physical realm. So she represents spiritual incarnate. She doesn't just mean the sister of Aset who slept with Asar. She had to sleep with Asar because spiritual had to incarnate in the physical realm. And the only way it could do so is for Nebuchadnezzar, who's represented by a vessel, a container of water, just like we are spiritual beings in watery encasements, just like what I was saying earlier about the sun or the divine self is in this watery encasement. So that's what Nebuchadnezzar represents in KemeTones and Hadiscopes. It's really moving. Nebuchadnezzar loves purple. She's the goddess who loves purple, and I love purple. And then, of course, purple is the color associated with wealth. So, I don't have a tuning fork for Nebuchadnezzar, but obviously Nebuchadnezzar and Nebuchadnezzar are really connected. So when you're working with the Nebuchadnezzar fork, you're also working with Nebuchadnezzar's energy. So probably next week we'll spend a lot more time with Nebuchadnezzar since she's one of the goddesses of the water. Yeah, definitely. Let me make that a note. Because she doesn't get a lot of attention either. She's kind of, if you just deal with her physical manifestation as the sister of Aset, you won't have a good, opinion of her. But if you look at it from the divine aspect, you'll understand that it had to be. So Nebuchadnezzar is the lady of the house, and Ma'at is the order in the universe. Nebuchadnezzar maintains the order in the universe. I honor Nebuchadnezzar on Thursdays, Purple Day, and that is supposed to be the day I clean my house. That's my ritual for Nebuchadnezzar. I have a little blessing in the morning, and then I clean the house. Then Sedna, that's the goddess from the Inuit tradition. She's associated with trauma and rape and assault and a violation and abuse. Very briefly, She's an Alaskan or Inuit goddess, and she didn't like the mate her father had chosen to be her husband. She fell in love with someone else. And so against her father's wishes, she went with this other person. And then when he got her home, he revealed his true nature as a monster, and she had to live in a nest, and he wouldn't ever let her leave. It was a miserable existence. And so one day she escaped and was in the water. I think she was swimming. And her father, who felt guilty, came, and he was coming to look for her, and he rescued her. So they were getting away in his boat. But the monster came looking for Sedna, and the father got scared. He was a coward, obviously. And he threw her over the boat, overboard. He threw her into the water. What a horrible, horrible dad. And so then she was holding on to the boat with her fingers, by her fingertips, barely holding on, saying, "Daddy, Daddy, please help me, save me." And the monster was getting closer and would look like he was going to, go after the boat, his precious boat, right? So what does he do? He gets a knife and he cuts her hand. He cuts off her fingers. He cuts off her fingertips, so she's not holding on to the boat. She falls into the sea. Dad takes off. I guess the monster was like, oh, well, she's dead now, so he takes off. So she goes to the bottom of the sea, and her fingers become all the creatures in the water. The dolphins and the fish and the whales and all the creatures in the water came from this beautiful goddess, Sedna. And she's still there now. And her purpose is to help carry us across different times, troubling times. She helps you get from point A to point B. And I use her a lot when there's been trauma, when someone's been sexually assaulted or abused or molested or even sexually harassed. It's all a violation, just different degrees. So the moons, that will be the new moon and the full moon, Jehuti, Mercury, wisdom teachings. We're going to focus on the root chakra, opening the 4 gates, and yada yada. All right, so let me get in. I was just going on and on about the cosmic forces, which I love to do. Next page. Okay. So let's see. The Sekhmet altar is going there, burning bright. I'm blocking your view right now, but let's see if we can get Sekhmet in there. Just for a second. There she is, the beautiful flame. Okay. Okay. Somebody else. All right, so we always start with the grounding forks on the ankles, and I want to knock over the pyramid. That would be a natural disaster. Not natural. Right, little head. So we start on the ankles for grounding. Into the tuning forks. I think sometimes you can see them vibrating. The big ones you can. If you don't have your tuning forks, you can just chant Om. This is the Om fork. So hopefully you tune. Let's see here. Let's start this. Yeah, it's better. Okay, and so the other foot, ankle and ball of the foot. Yes, I really look forward to these sessions. You know, I used to do them in the morning, but now I tend to just wait until 5 o'clock. Like I used to do it first thing in the morning. So I guess I've gotten kind of lazy. On Tuesdays, I do Sekhmet healings on Tuesdays. All right, and then since we're working on the root chakra today, I'm going to be dealing with the root. I don't know if you can see it all the time, but it's just, you know, it's just 6 inches, well, as far down below your belly button as you can go. Let's just put it that way. Or you could just hold it over your private parts, your general area. And then the kidney points, the points just below the belly button, and the heart chakra. So those are the 3 that I'm going to work on right now. We'll work on the other aspects being throughout the rest of the program, but this first week of the Open Your Money Flow program is all about the root chakra and physical trauma and stuff like that. So let's just stick with that program. So we're eliminating what's blocking us from our heart's desire. Whatever is keeping us from our heart's desire, we want to remove that. That is the purpose of this treatment today. And we want to manifest. We want to eliminate the block, and we want to manifest our heart's desire. So we're going to do that by working with Anpu and Nebutet. We have the purple fork is Anpu. The sea green fork is Nebutet. And for those of you that have the level 1 kit, you want to use Anpu and the blue fork, the new moon fork, for opening things up and new beginnings. Okay? So you start with the root chakra. Then the forks in the root chakra. Like I say, you just hold them over that area. And then the womb chakra, the creativity chakra, you go over to your womb area. Because, you know, a lot of our blocks are trapped in our womb. And then, even though you don't have a uterus, you still have a womb chakra. So you can still benefit from doing this, a little bit of extra work on the womb area. And then the heart chakra. Oh. Man, I'm feeling that in my first eye. Without even going in my first eye, it right away went to my first eye. So root chakra to womb chakra, creativity chakra. 1 fork on the root chakra, 1 on the creativity chakra. And then 1 on the creativity chakra and 1 on the heart chakra. Oh. Again, I'm feeling a lot of energy surging, throbbing on my first eye. It's like heated up. And now from the root chakra to the womb chakra and then to the heart chakra. Seems like it's asking for it, so I'm going to go ahead and put them up there on my first eye, even though that wasn't my original plan. It's like right at the bridge of my nose. It really isn't, it wasn't even my first eye. It was like right here. I guess that's still considered the first eye area, but I'm just doing the whole area right now because that was a very unusual sensation. Now I'm doing my nose. Okay. Look at that. Right, the points on the outside of my nose and down by the nostrils. That's breath. I mean, if I have any blocks in my breathing techniques, I want to get rid of them too. All right. Now I'm going to use Sedna, which you don't have, and one of the new moon, one of the new moon. So just do the same combination with Anpu and the new moon. Okay. So this is Sedna and the new moon. Root chakra. That one again. Root chakra again. And then creativity chakra or the womb chakra. And next, the heart chakra. Man, I've never been breathing like this during a self-care session. I don't know what this means. I'm going to go ahead and do my first eye nose area again. That's what Spirit is telling me to do. Now over the nostrils. Okay, now the root chakra, and just move the fork up to the, one of the forks up to the creativity chakra. Then do it again, creativity chakra to heart chakra. And then heart chakra to the first eye. And now we leave one fork at the root chakra and move to the other one, move up to the other one. Something's shifting. Okay. And so now for the next section, try the earth fork and the full moon. I'm going to use the full moon and Jehuti. For shining wisdom and illumination, and for the eclipse and the equinox, and for movement. Jehuti in this system represents movement and mobility and motion. So we want to open up our flow. We got the water sign, we got mobility, it's on. It's on. Okay. So the root chakra. And like I say, you're doing sound healing sessions on yourself. We're also doing it for our family members, our neighborhood, our community, our nation. Like I said earlier, beyond nation. When I say nation, I mean the Black nation. Now the creativity chakra. We're manifesting our heart's desires. We're manifesting our intentions. Heart chakra. Sorry, I didn't move the camera. And the nose, nasal area, first eye. Oh, there's a spot right there. That's where it was like throbbing. Now you leave one fork at the root chakra and then just cycle up. As I was doing earlier. Start root chakra, creativity chakra, heart chakra, and first eye. Okay. Okay, so we went through those tones. Now we're going to do what's called open the four gates, because this treatment is all about opening the way. Anything that deals with opening or movement or flowing or water, we wanted that to be part of this treatment. Speaking of water, I'm going to have another sip. When my daughter Yuvia was a little baby or toddler, anytime she took a drink of something, she'd do that. She'd go, like when she was 1, and we don't know where she learned that from. She did that for a long time. It was even when she was nursing. It's so funny. Okay, so the 4 gates. So I've told the story of Lao Tzu before, but I'll tell it again. Lao Tzu was the ancient Chinese master teacher. He came up with acupuncture. I think he's the one that came up with the I Ching. I think just about anything you can name, Chinese medicine. He's the ancestor that came up with all this stuff. And he was ready to die. He was ready to leave. He was at the pearly gates. And the guardians were like, oh, no, 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 no. You cannot leave until you write down everything that you know and leave it to share with future generations. So then he had to stop there and write down everything that we've learned from him. And then he was able to go. They opened the gate. So the idea is you have to let go of something before you can go forward, right? Okay. So when we do this treatment, we put one of the forks on this spot here in between your thumb and your finger, the web. And the other one goes in that same spot on your foot, but opposite. Like when we do the extraordinary vessels, hand and foot opposite. Okay? All right. So, wow, I'm talking too much, but I'm almost done. Maybe tonight I won't do the extraordinary vessels because I did talk a lot. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do Nevidhet and Anpu again to open the way. Well, oh wait, I don't have to stop at 6:30. I think I'm not on a schedule. Yeah, I was thinking I was on a schedule. So I'll do one. I want to. I don't know if you can see my foot. You don't even want to see my foot. I'm a fun girl. Okay, so you can see the fork. That's all that matters. All right, so I'm going to put one of the forks on my hand in this little web and the other one in the foot. And to those of you with level 1, specific instructions with the gates of heaven opening the way, you always want to have the colored fork on the foot and the Om fork in your hand. So make sure you're doing that. All right. It's kind of easy to do for self-care. Not a very difficult posture. Some of them are really tricky to do by yourself. But this one is good. You can do it, you know, all the time. It's not like associated with a particular type of flow or particular organ. It's just to open the flow. That one, and then for more opening, yeah, for flowing, for opening the flow, we'll do Jehuti and the moon again. It's still vibrating. And then we're going to switch hands and feet. Yeah, I'm not going to do the same thing. Well, I'll do this one again, Anpu and Nebuchadnezzar, and then I'll switch to the other one. So the hands and the web. It's like web to web. It's funny, like webs. What kind of animals have web feet? The one that lives in water. So funny. It's so relaxing. And then for the other one, I will do Sedna and the new moon, or you could just do the new moon and Anpu, or the full moon and the earth. It's really up to you. Do that one again. There we go. The tuning forks look so pretty shining in the camera light. Looks like it's giving off energy. I guess it is, huh? Never looked at it like that before. Yeah, cool. All right. Okay, so I said that I would do extraordinary vessels. I'm not going to rush. What is it? Nature never hurries, and yet everything is accomplished. I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Okay. So these were some really interesting extraordinary vessel combinations that I looked up for this treatment. Oh, there's the rest of the words. The Yang Qiao is for when there's a huge contrast between where you are now and where you want to be. The Ren, the watery self-esteem from the divine self, is when you have low self-esteem. And the Chang is when you're dealing with issues that are difficult to digest. So let's see, where am I right now? I guess right now I'm with the Yang Qiao and the Ren. So I'm going to do those two. Question. Oh, looks like someone else has joined us. Oh, now she's on the screen. All right. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do the Yang Qiao and the Chang. No, the Ren. And one of the blocks I have to eliminate is, even though I've looked at these notes for years, I still doubt that I'm going to pick the right thing, and I still look at my notes. Since there was no like exam, you know, I don't know if I know them, but I know that I know them. I don't know that I know that I know them. Okay. The Yang Qiao. Ah, yes. All right. Okay, so that's the ankle, the one on the outside ankle, and the little, it's like a dimple when you make a fist with your hand. I gave them backwards in the mirror. Yeah, this one. So it's the ankle, inside ankle bone, and the little dimple when you make a fist. Start with the foot and go to the hand. So sometimes when I do a session, I just kind of stick with the same theme and use the same tuning forks through the whole treatment. But for something's telling me to do something different on this one. So I'm going to use Jishu for the wounded healer. This Nibiru fork, Dr. Valentine says Nibiru is the planet for black people. And KemeTones, it represents like a code, a DNA code maybe that needs to be activated. And then, of course, Chiron is the wounded healer. So something's telling me that that's the combination to use for me tonight. It's not one dealing with the flow or anything like that, but it's one that can help me activate the flow. So that's just as important. Okay? So this is one of the ones that's kind of difficult to do when you're doing self-care. Like, I don't even know if I can show the picture. Let's see. Oh, yeah, save it because you put it on the foot first. Okay, yeah, I got it. It's just slipping off. There we go. And one good thing about KemeTones and Accutonics, since it's not a needle, it's a sound. If you don't get exactly on the spot, it's still okay because the sound goes, it goes through the water. Oops, you know what? I had the wrong thing. It's the outside of the ankle. I have the wrong foot. That's why. I was like, this is too easy. I knew this one was the one like a pretzel. Here we go. Okay, now we got it. I was like, this is too easy. There we go. Okay. There, that's it. That's why I still use my chart. There's like 144,000 combinations that you can make with the extraordinary vessels. Because you can switch sides, you can use the same side. So many possibilities. Okay, there's one. And back to the flow. I'll do the Sedna. I'm going to go with Sedna and Jehuti, because he's the one with mobility, so she can help me get across this difficult journey. Yeah, it looks like I'm playing a game of Twister with some tuning forks. I'm just reconnecting circuits that have been broken or disconnected from stress and trauma. All right. Now we'll switch to Ren. Okay. That's the one where the energy channel goes down the front. And this is the hand. It's like that spot on your arm, near your wrist, on the side. And this is the one that's on the inside of the foot. I was getting the pictures mixed up earlier. So on this case, since I went from my left foot to my right hand, and this one, you could do your right hand to your left foot, or you could switch directions. Let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to stick with that same direction, and I'm going to go from my hand to my foot. Okay. But when you're giving a session, you know, you have a lot of flexibility, and you really just ask your divine self. Like when I say, what am I going to do? I was asking myself what's the right thing for me to do, my higher self. So I'm going to go back to Never Head and onto a Never Head. From the right hand to the left foot. Just this spot, like right here on the side of your arm. I know this is kind of technical for people who are just doing self-care, but I'm trying to encourage you to go ahead and take the sound healing class. And then for those of you who have taken the class, it's just to help you learn more, to remember. Okay. Inside of the foot, side of the hand. Let's start hand to foot. Oops. Yeah, this one is easy. It's funny, I can just feel like all the stuff melting away on the knot in my stomach, just like untied. Let me do it again. Last one, self-esteem. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this fire with the full moon. That's what I'm going to use. powerful. This is Ra Ninja Hoochie. Ra says to us his wisdom through Jehuti and Shasheta. Ra speaks to us through them and hears our prayers. When you learn something new, it's Ra sending wisdom to you. Dua Jehuti, Dua Shasheta. That's a little song I wrote for the children's program last winter. I'm going to be recording it in Jamaica when I go back in January. I didn't get to do it this summer. But that's what this alignment here reminds me of, is Ra and Jehuti. Standing up straight. All right. There. Didn't take too long. Extraordinary vessel. Okay. Now for the fun part with the high frequency quartz. Those are so much fun. Although when I first started getting my sound healing sessions, I had so much trauma and stuff. When she would get to the high frequency quartz, I would start crying, like tears, uncontrollable tears. For like 2 or 3 sessions it took before I stopped crying. And then one time I worked on this friend of mine who had 3 strokes one day, one after another. And when I worked on him with all the tuning forks, but especially with these high frequencies, he was shaking like this. Like for most of the treatment, he was just like, every now and then having like a seizure. But when I got to the high forks, it was like this until it stopped. Yeah. Memory. Okay. So as you can see, I did not get them all lined up properly before the class, but they're all here. Okay. So I'm really fond of this Nebet Het, Nebet R, and Anpu combination. So I'm doing that. I'm bringing the force up to eliminate block, and down to manifest. Move the force up. We're eliminating block. And when we bring them down, we're manifesting our heart's desires. Releasing the flow. When you're like cutting cords, energetic cords that are like from past relationships, you can use this to eliminate this cutting motion. Have you seen those hieroglyphs from the Temple of Vendetta where they show like the gods and goddesses with these things that look like knives? I always thought they looked like tuning forks, and in this picture, it really looks like them. I'm gonna have to try to do something with this. Yeah. Okay. So you like cutting those cords to open your flow. And even on the at the crown of the head, to sever any cords, you can get the energy from the divine without any hindrance. What's your intention? I really like this one. And we've got this Nibiru, Chiron, Nibiru Imhotep to activate the DNA codes that are still dormant, that could be assist us in opening our flow, to activate the flow of all Black people all around the world as we rise up to eliminate colonialism and oppression, fighting no DAPL. I heard there was a pipeline burst in Alabama, and I heard about one someplace else. We just don't hear about them in the news, but it seems like they're regularly happening. But they don't tell us about them. Here we go. Asar, and Jehuti. Eliminating blocks to our transformation. Eliminating blocks to our mobility. Like, where's my car? I have a block about it. And I have a fear of trying to buy a car by myself. Getting taken again or getting lied to or ripped off. And I'm gonna get to that one. I got rid of that block I had about the piano. So I'll work on the car next. The goddess force. I don't know if you noticed, but my teacher taught me this. The blue and the yellow one represents Aset, and the orange ones represent, well, the blue one is Aset, the yellow one's Ma'at. But when I do the treatments with the goddess force, one of them goes lengthwise the body, like you put your arms out like this, and that's the one I do Aset, and the other one is you go across the body like this, and for me that's when I'm doing Ma'at. So I like to do it like that. And then I want to do something with the pyramid. That's such beautiful resonance. Beautiful. Okay. That was beautiful. Back to so let's have a few more little slides or thoughts to share. I love this this illustration. It has an indigenous person blowing a flute, playing a flute, but inside of him is the stars and the moon and galaxies, and then outside of him he's obviously sitting, at a sunset. But it really reminds me of this work because it shows the cosmic forces that live within all of us, and that we're basically, when we're living, moving about the earth, singing, healing, sharing, whatever we're doing, we're expressing the music of the cosmic forces that live within us. And then with KemeTones, we use these same sounds for healing. And so I just really love this illustration. I just wanted to share it with you. I really like it. And then here is the cover from the CD I was talking about. The Blue Lotus Speaks, the opening, Anpu opened the way. got my Kemetic devotional collection, my first collection, and the illustration here was drawn by my daughter Yuvia. And it represents Anpu is got 2 blue flowers, 2 lotus flowers in his hands, and he's walking through the door, and it shows him like opening the way for me, like I'm coming behind him, or even I'm one of the lotus blossoms that he's carrying. But it was a vision I had. I asked her to draw it, and so she did the job. But anyway, you can get the CD from Bandcamp. You can download the MP3, or you can request a hard copy, or you could just order it from me. But some people like the digital version. And once again, for those of you that weren't able to access your Money Switch ebook, here's the link where you can get it. I will post it again on all the group pages. And I'm encouraging you all to sign up for the Open Your Money Flow program. It's going to start first thing in the morning. So you have until I fall asleep tonight to sign up. And in honor of the Equinox, I'm offering it at whatever discount you need to be able to attend. There's several people have signed up already, but there's a few slots left. And I would love to see you in the program. It's based on the 40-day prosperity plan, plus my own resources that I use when I go through the 40-day prosperity plan. So it's like 2 prosperity plans in one. But you're not paying for the prosperity plan. You can do the prosperity plan for free yourself. You don't need to pay to do the prosperity plan. But I'm charging a fee because you'll be getting 4 one-on-one coaching calls with me and 4 group calls. And we have the Facebook discussion group. And I'll be available to speak with you, text with you, email, Facebook, whatever you need support and assistance. It's really a mastermind because you'll be doing meditations every day, and we'll be connecting every day, and we'll be helping each other stay strong and manifest our vision. So it's a mastermind. It's not just a class. But I'll be sharing with you like all my techniques. When we have the one-on-one calls, you'll let me know what's going on with you. We'll identify a block, and in that call, we will eliminate the block. It's up to you to keep the block away, to keep your flow open. But on the call, we'll open the flow, and then you'll have some exercises to do to keep it going. Even though you may have done a lot of healing work on something in the past, there's probably still an energetic residue, a toxic habit, or like a thought or implant that no longer serves you, and it's on autoplay. So we do this kind of energy work so that we shut it off. We shut off and we get rid of it, and it doesn't come back. So that's the idea. And I'm really excited about this. I'm building my new website, and the first part of the new website is the Open Your Money Flow resources. So I just wanted to, here's a picture of it. I want to take a minute to go check out the site and show you some of the features. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so here is the page, and I'm not finished yet, obviously, but I've got a little bit more to do tonight before we start in the morning. But here is a section on the prosperity plan that has the same prosperity plan that you can find anywhere online. And then on this section, abundance affirmations, it's a whole bunch of abundance affirmations that I've gathered from different sources online. You can find all these sources anywhere, but here they are all together. And then on this section is the first blog post I wrote about the well, the water fountain, how as soon as I announced that I was going to be doing this work, the pump on my water fountain gave out. It's a funny story. And then up here is the menu. Okay, and if you go to Prosperity Plan, once you sign up for the program, you'll get access to a special page that has my prosperity plan. It has my version of the prosperity plan, some Kemetic archetypes there, ancestors, some chanting, a different version of the 48 Prosperity Plan. I found some really cool videos. So when you join the group, you get access to more information, basically. And then we work together. But I don't see the link on this menu. See, so I have a little bit more work to do. It should show up there, but it'll be working by the morning for sure. Okay. And oops. And like I said, the affirmations. And all these affirmations are here. You don't have to be taking the class to access the basic prosperity plan or the affirmations. But when you join the group, I have, Kemetic proverbs and wisdom, things like that, things that you won't find all over the web. But here are so many abundance, prosperity affirmations. Like, you can just go to town with this web page. And I'll just be adding more and more and more as time goes on. Okay? And then the third feature of the website is the blog post. Right now I just have one blog post. Oh, this one, Strength and Resources. This one, it's 40 days, and there's 10 affirmations, one per day. And so you repeat the cycle 4 times. So instead of calling them weeks, I call them strengths. So it's 4 Kemetic strengths. And the first 10 days will be dealing with the physical realm. The second 10 days, the mental realm, like your mindset. The third section will be about emotions, your soul, your feelings, relationship with money. And then the fourth strength will be about the spirit world, your ancestors, and just different practices. So that's how it's going to be, how it's going to go down. And then you won't be able to access the strengths unless you sign up for the program, but you will be able to access all these other ideas and resources that I've collected from around the web. So those are the main features, and then I have the blog section where I'll be posting different articles about abundance and prosperity and just different things you can do. But ideally, you're going to sign up for the class. And if you want to sign up for the class, here's the page for that. I sent you all the links. They're on Facebook and emails and everything. But when I first sent it out, this link here wasn't working, and so most of the people weren't able to sign up, which was like Mercury retrograde to the max. But enough people wrote to me that are still interested, even though they couldn't sign up, and so they're signing up. Like when I get off of this call, they're going to be signing up tonight. And this just has more information about the plan. And what's this page? Oh, and then if you want to sign up for energy wealth analysis, this is the page you go to. There's a link at the bottom of my webpage where you can go to schedule your energy wealth analysis. And pretty soon I will also have the link for you to schedule your energy flow analysis, your one-on-one call. This link is taking too long. I don't have time to wait for that. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So then you would just click on your energy wealth analysis. The cosmic navigation strategy session is for people who are thinking of getting a sound healing treatment, or they're going to sign up for the KemeTones certification. But for the energy flow work, obviously you deal with energy wealth analysis. And those are all the things I needed to show you. Oh, and then if you have a friend that's interested, here's the scheduling button, and learning more about the program, you could just refer them to chia.com, Open Money Flow, and then have some of the same resources, not all of them, as at the program page. But anyway, I've just been busy getting this information out together. I've been wanting to do this for 2 years when I first got introduced to the 40-day prosperity plan. I was leading a women's circle, and we got so much benefit from doing this. Okay. Alright, so I think that's all the things that are coming up that I wanted to show you. So all that remains is the meditation. And this is a picture of one of my favorite waterfalls. Well, it's the only one I've really been to. So that's why it's my favorite. It's Ijapantla in Veracruz, San Andreas, where the Olmec were. And I was there on one of my adventures looking for proof of ancient Kemet in South America, and I saw this map, hand-painted map on a tree, talking about Ijapantla, and I just read and walked around about Pantla. That's where the Olmecs were. It's like, Ijapantla, we didn't know what was there. We just took a bus, and we got taken to this waterfall. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. One of these days I'll have to share the whole story, but not now. So for this meditation, you are invited to, you can keep your eyes open or closed. I have some visuals prepared, and I have a little bit of music here. So let me get the music going. So your first step, of course, is to get into a comfortable seated position. Take it back to the beginning. Here, turn the volume down. Yeah, this is some lovely waterfall meditation music I found today. Really enjoying it, so soothing. The recording lasts 4 hours. I think I'm just going to play it every day. All right. So I invite you to get into a comfortable seated position. This beautiful image of a waterfall is just going to keep repeating. And just gaze into the waterfall. And let's take a deep breath together. Inhale. Allow your abdominal area to expand. Exhaling all the way up through your lungs with fresh second, fresh prana, fresh energy. Inhale all the way up to your crown chakra. Hold it for a moment. And exhale slowly, letting go of toxins, negativity. And your abdominal area caves in, so it's almost touching your spine, getting out all the air. Take another deep inhalation, eliminating negativity and toxins and blocks as you inhale all the way up to your crown chakra. And as you exhale, you just feel this serenity and peace and order and purity just covering your life, just cascading all over you and all over your life. Glowing with radiant, fresh energy. Now return to your normal breathing. Continue to gaze into the waterfall. Normal breathing. And now I invite you to imagine or visualize that you have been walking through this jungle for a few hours on a beautiful hike, and you just happen to walk right onto this waterfall, just like I described in my story. And you walk over to the waterfall, and you are just so amazed at the beauty, the power, the strength, and the energy coming through the water. And so, at this moment, you just take a few steps until you are seated right under the fall, right under the waterfall. And you're sitting there under the water, receiving all of the blessings from the divine. Just cascading and showering over you, purifying your aura, your chakras. And then it happens. Your mind drifts and a negative thought enters into your mind. You know what that thought is. Some random thought about how you can't do it, you can't afford it, you're not going to make it, negative self-talk, you can't, da-da-da-da-da. But then you catch yourself and you allow the waterfall to give you a powerful cleansing. Powerful cleansing. And as the water cascades over you, every drop of water goes into your being and washes away the negative thoughts, washes away the pain, washes away the negativity, washes away the violation, washes away the stress. It just lifts it up and just carries it away. And you feel it energizing you and renewing you and purifying every aspect of your life. The sun is shining on you. The sunlight is purifying you. It's charging your melanin. And you're glowing with the radiance of the divine blessing. And you look down at the water below you and you can actually see the negativity pouring out of you like a green light just coming out of your body, coming out of your kidney, coming out of your spleen, coming out of your intestines, coming out of your lungs. This bright green light is just coming out of you. It is going into the water, and the water is just taking it away. Some of it looks like slime, sludge, layers that have been holding you back for decades, layers that have been holding your ancestors back, and it's still on you. It's being washed away by this waterfall. And you see all the water just taking it away and just churning it and purifying it and just sending it on to do something really good for someone else. But it's no longer in your system. It has just been lifted away. And it's just gone. And you just don't feel that way anymore. You just don't feel that anymore. With each inhalation, you bring in more energy from the waterfall, and with each exhalation, you release some more toxins, and you see it streaming out of your body. So you can't deny it. You can't doubt that it's happening because you're seeing it with your own eyes. You can even put your hands in it, and you can feel it. It's like a plasma. And so you've proven that it's gone. It's no longer in you. So if you still feel that way, it's because you won't let go. There's nothing else that can be done. Now you have to let the waterfall really purify your mind. Every cell in your brain. Every negative thought you've ever had. Visualize this powerful waterfall. Scrubbing your mindset clean. Washing every blood cell in your veins. All being washed away now. You can see it leaving your body. You can see it. You can smell it. You can even hear it. It's just not there anymore. Take a few deep breaths. Feel the waterfall. You can hear the waterfall. see the waterfall. You feel it. And now look at what's left. The beautiful light beam. Beautiful galaxy. The spinning radiance. Free from any earthly containment. Free from the watery containment. Just pure light beam. Fire water. Just remain in this space for a moment. Gently close your eyes and just feel the waterfall. Feel it washing over you. Washing over your entire life. Washing over the lives of your loved ones. The lives of your neighborhood, your community. The waterfall gets bigger and bigger. It's big enough to wash the entire nation. And the waterfall is bigger until it's big enough to wash the entire planet. Everyone is getting the same regenerating, rejuvenating, purifying, nurturing experience right now. The entire planet is being washed with the love of the divine waterfall. Tuanku, Tuan never had, Tuan never all, Tuan taboo. Tuanku, Tuan never had, Tuan never all, Tuan taboo. Tuanku, Tuan never had, Tuan never all, Tuan taboo. Oh, a tab, a tab, a tab, a tab. Peace, 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 peace. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let's join cosmic forces and open our money flow. There's a picture of me with my teacher at the time in Yamei. And I forgot the brother's name, was also on the journey. But this is us at the base of Ijapatla. And I think when I look back, this is when I really started to shift my energy. Having that experience really changed my life. And it started to open my flow. And there's the image from the video with this beautiful waterfall music, so you can know which one is the right one, but I will post it later. Well, that's the program for this evening. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for being here tonight. You are such a wonderful student, and I'm just really grateful for you. And I hope that you got something out of this session. I sure did. And I will, I'm going to be calling you later tonight to talk about the program. And I look forward to seeing you soon. You're going to be going to Kemet soon. So that will be wonderful. I can't wait to hear about your journey. Dua. Fatu Rhonda attempt.